Hi, hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Skye and today we are doing a Shop My Stash Get Ready With Me. In this Shop My Stash we're going to be using Lunar Beauty Moonspell and Glaminatrix U Beauty along with some other bits, so let's catch up because I have a lot to catch you up on. I'm going to prime my face with the NYX Plump Right Back Primer. I feel like that name is weird, I don't know, I keep wanting to say Plump It Up, but Plump Right Back just doesn't roll off the tongue. I bought this one because they didn't have the marshmallow primer in stock, and this one is nice. I think I prefer the marshmallow primer from NYX, but this one's fine. Let's start with the good news because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be putting it in the title because it is like the highlight of... I have two cats, Molly and Georgie. Georgie is my mum's baby and Molly is my baby and Greg's baby at this point. They're brother and sister from the same litter. We adopted them from an animal rescue because their mum was a stray and had kittens. We have had them since they were kittens. I believe they are 6 years old. We got them in 2017. So they're 6 years old? I think. And last September, Georgie went missing. He just never came home, and that boy, he is a naughty, cheeky little boy. He's not little, he's a fat boy. He's a big cat. Like, not only is he like big boned, he is just chunky. He's very food motivated. I can't see, I need to have a mirror. He loves his food, he loves his treats. So when he didn't come back for dinner, I was like, okay, what the fuck? Where are you? And then he just never came back. He went missing and we were devastated. And yeah, he went missing for a year. Now, earlier last year, we did move house to a completely different area. But we moved in like April, May, and he went missing in September. So we were like, surely that's enough time. Like, we did all the right things, you know, keeping them inside for like a month and then slowly letting them go out with supervised visits and then letting them roam free, essentially. Because our cats are both indoor and outdoor. But Georgie was following my mum to the shops, like halfway down our road, and there was a guy with this van, like, following her, and he kept saying, like, "Oi, that's my cat," about Georgie, and my mum was like, "Fuck off, no, that's mine, what's wrong with you?" And he was acting really weird, and, like, soon after that encounter, Georgie went missing, so we believe that he stole him, but we just didn't have any answers because he'd never been like given into a vet. He is microchipped and all that. We were devastated. For me, the way that I processed it, I would just process that he was dead because that was just easier for me. However, at the end of August, my mum sent me a text while I was at work saying, "You're not going to believe this, we found Georgie," and I lost it. I remember, because I work in retail, I work in a shop, I saw the text and I just started crying on shop floor and I just had to like take a moment, and my mum sent like a picture, I'll put it right here, of Georgie in the vet. They found him, a man basically found him about like 6 miles away, and he, like, Georgie was really friendly with him and he was, like, you know, feeding him and all that stuff. So after being missing for almost a year, Georgie is back home, and I couldn't believe it. When I first saw him, because Greg had never met him, so when I came back to my place, Greg came with me, and I saw Georgie and I just couldn't believe that he was there. You know, I feel like if any of you have pets that have gone missing and you see them again, it's kind of like unbelievable when you see them. Like, I saw him and he was the same cat. Like, I remember I had like so many loving messages when I like talked about how we were picking him up and he was coming home. I had so many messages being like, "Oh, I hope he adjusts well, like with Molly again, and he, you know, he's not like scared or anything." No, he is the same unbothered king, unbothered, like, cheeky little boy, literally has not changed in the slightest. My mum said like, "Oh, give him some treats," and I hadn't cried at all since seeing him. I just was so overwhelmed with happiness. But as I got the treats out, he like nuzzled my hand and was like purring and like patting my hand, and I just lost it. I fully just started bawling and I started like ugly crying and just weeping, being like, he's back! I just couldn't believe it. Probably the best thing that's happened all year, like Georgie coming home, like he missed Christmas last year and he loves Christmas. That's a weird quirk about that cat. He fucking loves the Christmas tree. He always sits underneath it, always gets excited when we get the tree out. So having a Christmas without him was really sad. And yeah, he's just such a good boy. We did get a GPS tracker on him, so in every picture of him now, he is wearing this really chunky, like, GPS thing. It doesn't hurt him, like, it's not tight on his collar or anything, like, he doesn't mind it. It looks like he's, like, gone to prison and has, like, a little, you know, ankle monitor on him. It's like, you have been bad. But yeah, we figured that he probably got snatched and then released, and then he just kind of roamed about trying to find his way back home. And I will say that when I mentioned, like, how he got lost, I did get, like, a couple of really horrible messages about how, like, this is why you shouldn't let cats go outside. This is why, like, if you're letting your cats go outside, they deserve, you know, to get, like, you sign up for them getting, like, lost or hurt or something like that. First of all, I got these messages right around the time he went missing. First of all, fuck off. Why would you say that? And second of all, this is my personal opinion. I don't think it is, like, nice or ethical to have cats exclusively be indoors. In my opinion, I don't think that's right. Like, you wouldn't do that for a dog. Why would you do that for a cat? Like, you're just trapping them inside. If they have no interest going outside, like, they just don't really give a shit and they're just happy being indoor cats, fair enough. Like, that's fine. But, like, I just think they should have, like, some outdoor time. Like, even if you take them for fucking walks or something. So yeah, I remember getting a couple of those messages and being like, that's fucking disrespectful as hell. And also saying, like, you know, you sign up for them going missing. Like, what the fuck? Though I will say that Georgie did make his presence known by, instead of, because they occasionally bring in, like, small birds and mice. And while it's horrifying seeing that in your, like, house, it's also like, okay, I get it, it's in their nature, like, you can't fucking help it. Now, Molly normally brings in mice or small birds. You know what Georgie brought in the other week? A fucking pigeon. We thought it was a chicken. Like, it was big. And we were like, what the fuck, dude? How did you bring that through the fucking cat flap? Thankfully, he already killed it. I love Georgie. He's such a little fat cunt. He's such a good boy. And I didn't even mention what I used. So for bronzer, I used the Nabla Skin Bronzing in Ambra. This has been through the fucking works. I mean, look at it. It's the only bronzer I have in my collection, and I am using it. Concealer, I have my new favorite, which is the NYX Bear With Me Serum Concealer in the shade Light. And then for powder, I'm using All Reliable Fenty loose powder in Butter. I don't know what type of look I want to do today. Should I do blush first or blush after? I might do blush after because I do have a cream blush. This is the About Face Cheek Freak Blush Balm in Raunchy. Oh, and there's a Georgie hair stuck to it. Georgie! What else should I talk about? I should really write down the stuff that I kind of want to mention. But I'm just kind of going off the cuff because, you know, apparently I like a bit of chaos. I'm just priming my eyes with Milani eyeshadow primer. It's finally October. I am so happy. Oh, how's your October going so far? I know it's only the first week, but how's it going for you so far? October is my favourite time of the year. The last few years, October has been not good. Extremely traumatizing, I'll be honest. For an example, October 2020, I found out that my partner of 5 years was cheating on me. October 2021, said partner of 5 years that I was still with, we went on a break. He ruined my launch of my first autumn collection for Rain Cloud and started a really horrible argument and basically called me a horrible bitch that he never wanted to speak to again, and he made up a bunch of lies and gaslit me. October last year, I had friendship problems that nearly caused me to lose my group of friends. So yeah, I've not had good Octobers, and I have been really worried that this October will be the same. So far, knock on wood, it's been nice. It's been really good so far. Before I continue talking about October, I'm going to be using the palettes. So we have Moonspell and You Beauty. I've been kind of struggling with inspiration lately. Maybe I'll talk about that in a bit. But October is extra special to me this year because it is the first year that I am celebrating it as a practicing witch / Wiccan. Now, I don't talk about this sort of thing on my channel purely because it is really personal, and you know, it's just personal, and you know, on the internet it's kind of hard to talk about these things because people have a lot of different opinions, which is fair enough, like, and I never want to come across that I am like pushing my beliefs onto somebody, although some people would say that about people who are queer, and that's not pushing your belief, that's just saying that someone exists, but that's besides the point. I have always been, like, connected spiritually. Like, I've always been a spiritual person and kind of connected with all the Wiccan beliefs. Like, ever since I was a child, I wasn't raised as such, but I was always fascinated by it and always, like, looking up and researching, and I just kind of, like, this year I finally felt comfortable to explore it. It was earlier this year, I think it was March, I started practicing and doing witchcraft, and I am so happy. Like, truly, I have felt so myself. I feel like this year has been a really good year about kind of discovering who I am and kind of like really flourishing in that search, because I never really got the chance to as an adult, purely because of said abusive ex of 5 years. But now I'm in a relationship that is so supportive and loving. And Greg, when I told him, I was like, Greg, I really want to start fully practicing Wiccan traditions and, you know, practicing witchcraft. And he was so up for it. I mean, he was the one that got me my first tarot deck. Like, he's a very supportive man. He's really sweet. And I mention this because Wiccans celebrate the Wheel of the Year. Also, Wiccans don't automatically mean witchcraft. Just because you're a witch doesn't mean you're a Wiccan, and just because you're Wiccan doesn't mean you're a witch. But for me, I am both. But those who are practicing Wicca celebrate the Wheel of the Year, which is like our, like, sort of calendar. And right now, it is the season of Samhain, and Samhain is known as, like, the witch's new year. And it's just... oh, it's like such a special magical time. Some people think that Yule is the beginning of the year, other people say it's Samhain. I feel like Samhain is like, for me, it's like kind of like marking the end, and then Yule is the start of the beginning. So yeah, October, I am going all out. I am like just actively doing so many rituals, like just really getting into the season, into the spirit, and it's just been really fucking nice. Also coincidentally using Moonspell. I just feel like it's fitting when talking about this. I have just been having a brilliant time practicing, and yeah, I won't go into too much detail outside of that because, you know, I'm still a baby witch. I'm still learning and like on this journey. I haven't even, you know, I'm not part of a coven or anything. I'm just a solo witch, self-practicing. Solitary witch, dare I say. I just thought that's something nice to share with you guys because it's just a part of me that I have really been delving into and really enjoying. And what are some other things that I can discuss? Oh yeah, so I am also going to be going Halloween shopping. Let me know, would you guys like to see a Halloween, like, spooky time, like, home decor haul at some point in October? Because I fucking love watching those videos, but I don't know if that's something you guys would like to see from me on my channel, because I have not really been shopping in years, like in person, like decorative shopping and stuff, purely because of anxiety, leaving the house. It's really difficult for me to leave the house by myself outside of work, and I don't like it. But I asked Greg if he would take me, like, Halloween, like, autumn kind of shopping so I can, like, decorate my space, decorate my altar, and just kind of really envelop myself in, like, the autumn Samhain, like, vibes, and he is so up for it. He's actually really excited. So I am very hyped, and I already bought a few bits already, so let me know if you'd like to see like Halloween like home decor. So lately, let's talk about some like kind of not as positive things. Nothing too deep, but like just something that's kind of been on my mind. So I've been struggling in terms of makeup inspiration and that sort of thing, and just kind of like feeling like nothing I create is good enough. Like, I have such high standards for my own, like, makeup looks. Like, all these standards are only just for me, like, not for anybody else. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, someone could post literally, like, a one shadow look on Instagram, and I'd comment being like, that is fucking beautiful, that is stunning, and I wouldn't think otherwise. But if I post a look like that, I feel bad. Purely because I'm just, like, I always have to constantly outdo myself. I have to really push the barrier, do different shapes. And recently I've just been in a bit of a rut. Like, I've just kind of wanted to do the same sort of shape, same sort of blend, same, if I do graphic liner, same sort of like stars or like little squiggles and like, you know, sharp lines, like the same things. And I just feel like it's not good enough. Like, it's not worthy enough. Like, I'm not putting enough effort in, I am not being creative enough, it's just boring, boring, boring. And that's really bothering me because I just feel like no matter what I do, I'm just like, ugh, this is just not good enough. I don't really know how to break free of that. Do let me know if you have any advice for that, because I'm trying not to be hard on myself and trying to be like, you know what, no, what you create is lovely. Because like, this shape that I'm doing now, right? For me, this is basic. Like, this is something I do constantly and nothing that exciting. And honestly, today's look, I'm not really gonna go that all out. And I guess that kind of goes into this other thing that I've really wanted to talk about, but I find it really hard because it is so, like, I have a lot of guilt and shame surrounding it. And that's to do with my candle business, Raincloud Candles. You might have noticed if you follow the Raincloud Candles Instagram, that's the main social media that we use. We do have TikTok, but like, we don't use it. And when I say we, by the way, I'm just referring to me. I'm the only person that runs this brand. Like, I do have my artist friend Emma, who does the artwork for the brand, like the labels and stuff. But in terms of like everything else, it's just me. And lately with Raincloud, I've just felt like, again, this whole guilt and shame of just not being good enough and not doing enough. Because lately, like, my mental health surrounding like my self-esteem has not been great, and I feel like I connect so much of my brand to me, and I feel like Raincloud is at a stagnant, like, it's at a standstill, and I just don't really know what to do. Like, I don't really have, anytime I think, oh, I should make a post, I should do this, I should do that, like, I'm fully aware that, like, most brands have, like, you know, most larger brands have literal teams of people. Like, they have a social media team, they have, like, a customer service team, they have a separate, like, team that actually makes the products, like a design team. They have a lot, right? For most indie brands, it's just one or two people, and in my case, it's just me. Now, I have been offered help from family members, but I have declined it because, again, this is something to do with my OCD and my own, like, guilt and shame, is that, like, if I don't do it, it's not done right. And I know that that is that's not good, because if anything, it just harms myself more, because right now, I'm just really struggling finding the time to dedicate to my brand. And you may have noticed, I have not posted on the Raincloud Instagram for a very long time. And anytime I think to actually, okay, I should take some pictures, I should make a post, I just feel like I'm not good enough, and that I'm kind of like, I've left it too long that it feels embarrassing to come back. I just haven't felt inspired by my business, and it's really, really difficult because, again, I tie so much of my own self-worth to my business, because my business is essentially an extension of me, and the fact that I've abandoned it, like, I have abandoned it. Not even just a little bit. I have fully, like, abandoned my business. I haven't come out with a new Rain Cloud candle in so long. I have barely done any promo, even for our Trans Euphoria candle, which was... I'm pretty sure this is the only candle we have released this year, and beforehand, like, we've been in business for about 2 years. Beforehand, we would release collections every single season, and this is the only one I've released this year. And I'll be honest, sales are not going well. It's kind of... Rain Cloud's not doing well financially. Like, we're not in the red, we're just kind of like, again, at a standstill. And I know that I could fix this by, you know, being very present on social media and very, you know, really going at it when it comes to marketing and advertising, but I just don't have the energy. And also, like, for me, Rain Cloud is something that it's a passion project. It never was made to be, like, a big money-making business. And when most, like, acquaintances and some family members have talked about Rain Cloud to me, they're like, okay, what are you doing to make the most money? What are you doing to, like, maximize profit and all of that? And I'm just like, I just love it. Like, I just do it because I love it, and if it makes money, then that's good, but, like, I'm not doing this to, like, make a massive business, and, like, I'm not really an entrepreneur, like, driven person. Like, I'm just not. And whenever I hear the reaction, like, after I say that, they go, okay, but why? Like, then what's the point of having a business? Hearing that so much from so many different people has just made me really sad, because it's like, okay, well, clearly I'm doing it wrong. Like, why aren't I so, like, business bro oriented? Why aren't I so, like, focused on making it big? And the reason, like, you know, and maybe the reason why I am not inspired by Rain Cloud is because, like, I'm not, like, a business boy, and I'm not, like, really focused on, like, making the most amount of money possible. Like, I've even been suggested, like, oh, maybe you should, like, drop ship your candles, like, just buy some cheapy ones, upmark them, put your own packaging on them, and then sell them, and you'd make so much money and you spend so little. But, like, I don't want to do that. I want to make handmade products. My passion in life is, like, I love small businesses. I mean, we know, like, Glaminatrix, like, pretty much almost all of my makeup is from a small business, at least all my eyeshadow at least. Like, I love the creativity, the love, and there's just so much personality in just supporting someone's small business venture, and that's what I wanted for my brand. I wanted it to be, like, completely handmade, like, completely all of this stuff. I don't want it to be some sort of mass-produced, like, money-making thing, you know? Right now, it's kind of come to a standstill where I just don't feel like I'm good enough even to do it like that, like, even to do it from a place from the heart, because right now my heart is really not in Rain Cloud, and I've considered closing down, and but part of me is like, I don't want to do that though. Like, cause I don't want to do that because I love this brand so much and it's done so much for me. I started this business when I was in a very, very dark place in my life, and it was one of the very few things that kept me going, and, like, I just don't want to give it up because, truth be told, I still want to have my brand. I still want to make candles and put them out, but I haven't restocked things in so long, and I just haven't had the passion for it and the love. If you're curious, off topic, but if you're curious, I used the U Beauty palette for the shimmers. I used Old Mate, and then I used Flaming Galah for my inner corners. I guess, like, the moral of this is just kind of, like, to talk about how I'm just feeling a bit insecure. Not a bit. I'm feeling quite a lot insecure, and just a lot of guilt and shame of just not being enough, in terms of the content that I make, anything that I make as an artist. And yeah, I have considered maybe, like, getting someone to help me with Rain Cloud, at least with, like, social media posts, and then I can just focus on making the candles. I'm also applying the About Face blush. I really like this blush. It is quite subtle. You know what? I don't really feel like doing mascara today, or freckles. I know that that is so out of character for me because normally I love mascara and I love doing freckles all the time, but I don't know, I don't really feel like doing it right now. Maybe I'll do a bit of mascara. But yeah, in case you're curious about the whole rain cloud situation, like, that's kind of the main issue that I have, and I'm struggling to be able to like express that on Instagram because I find it hard to put it into words rather than in a video. Even in this video, I'm finding it quite hard to like find the words to put it together. I am gonna put on a bit of mascara. I'm gonna put on the Glisten Cosmetics Spectra Lash. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really like this mascara. It's a bit too liquidy and a bit too like it's not volumizing at all, and I need volumizing. So mascara. Ow. And I put myself in the eye. Do you see how that's kind of giving nothing? I mean, my lashes kind of do fucking suck. But that's just seriously giving nothing. I do need to restock a bunch of things for Rain Cloud. I need to like properly dedicate some time to it. But right now I'm just finding it really difficult balancing Rain Cloud on top of everything else, like on top of working so much at my day job and, you know, being disabled and trying to be a content creator at the same time and maintaining friendships, relationship, you know, looking after myself, all of that. It's just really fucking hard right now. I don't know how people do this on top of having children as well. Like, Greg and I went to his friend's wedding back in April, and Greg just saw, like, the bride, who was his friend, still is his friend, don't know why I used past tense, and she's pregnant. I mean, I am so fucking happy for her because this is something that she has wanted, like, for her entire life, and I know that she is going to be an incredible parent. Like, she is just one of the most sweetest, like, beautiful souls I've ever met. Yeah, and the Spectra Lash mascara is just so wet, but it just does nothing. It's just not for me, babes. I am, however, gonna highlight my face, because in my Shop My Stash I do have the Kaleidos Ray Rider highlighter, which I have rediscovered, and why am I looking at this? There's no mirror. I have rediscovered, and I really, really like it. I mean, I've always liked it, but I've kind of neglected it for quite a while, and I think it's so pretty. Did I just smudge mascara on my face? Are you kidding me? Guys, I didn't even notice that because I'm not even wearing glasses. Some of the mascara fucking caught on my brush, and that mascara is crap. Oh my god, it's one of those makeup days. This video started so positively, and now it's kind of ending a little bit. Yeah, I don't know how people do all this and manage to have kids at the same time. Like, I don't even know if I want to have children at one point in my life. This is getting really deep. I don't even know if I want kids, but if I had to have them at this point in my life, no. No. Alright, we're just gonna finish this look up with the Fenty Cake Shake Gloss Bomb and call it a day, because this makeup look is kind of wank. Yeah, so this has been a bit of a weird get ready with me. We kind of went through all of the emotions, but I kind of got everything that I wanted out, and I do feel really good about that. Like, oh my god, I forgot to mention about another cat story that I have. I'll save that for another video. This video is really, really long already, and I just kind of want to wash my face and just be done with it. That's gonna be it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Do let me know. Just let me know your thoughts. It's been a bit of a weird video. If you'd like to see more makeup content from me, you can follow me on my Instagram. It's faerie.skye right here. I post all my looks there, and I'm active on there every single day. I say all my looks. I post all the looks that I feel like are worth posting, because this one is definitely not. And if you'd like to support me further, I do have my own small business, Rain Cloud Candles Co. We're a small queer-owned business based in the UK, and we make handmade candles and wax melts. The link to shop will be down below, along with our social media if you'd like to support us. Hopefully I will be able to get back to it. Thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. I'd love to have you here. But as always, stay safe, wash your hands, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.